Saint Catherine of Sweden, a life of devotion and virtue. Saint Catherine of Sweden was born around 1331 to Saint Bridget of Sweden and Ulf Gudmarsson, a noble and deeply religious couple. From an early age, Catherine was immersed in a life of faith, growing up in a household that prioritized prayer, charity, and devotion to God. She would go on to become a model of holiness, following in her mother's footsteps and dedicating her life to serving Christ. A marriage rooted in purity, as was customary for noblewomen. Catherine was married at a young age to a pious German nobleman named Eggard Lydersson von Kürnen. However, both she and her husband made a mutual vow of chastity, choosing to live as brother and sister in devotion to God. Catherine's example of purity and faith inspired her husband, and together they lived a life of prayer and service. Tragedy struck when Eggard passed away, leaving Catherine widowed at a young age. Instead of seeking another marriage or returning to a life of luxury, she decided to devote herself entirely to God, joining her mother in Rome, where Saint Bridget had founded a religious order. A life of pilgrimage and service, Catherine accompanied her mother on several pilgrimages, including travels to the Holy Land. During these journeys, she witnessed firsthand the struggles of the poor and the sick, strengthening her resolve to live a life of charity and compassion. After Saint Bridget's death in 1373, Catherine worked tirelessly to bring her mother's remains back to Sweden and to secure her canonization. She then became the abbess of the convent at Vadstena, which her mother had founded as part of the Bridgetine order. Under her leadership, the convent flourished as a center of prayer, learning, and service. Catherine continued her life of holiness, advocating for moral reform and guiding those who sought spiritual direction, legacy, and sainthood. Saint Catherine of Sweden passed away around 1381, leaving behind a legacy of purity, humility, and unwavering faith. She was venerated as a saint, and her devotion to chastity and service made her a beloved figure in the Church. She is often invoked as the patron saint of those seeking protection from miscarriage and for those striving to live a life of purity. Her life serves as a testament to the power of faith, the strength of moral conviction, and the beauty of a heart completely dedicated to God.